Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons baseball on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com. Today is the pinnacle of the 2026 season as the Falcons battle for a Northwest Regional Championship against the Ridgeline Wolverines. My name is Josh Eldridge. Thank you so much for joining us today as we prepare for first pitch of this regional championship. The Falcons enter play 40-7 on the season, 3-1 here in tournament play. The Wolverines are 34-6 overall on the season. They are 3-1 in tournament play. We're being introduced here to the lineups here at the ballpark. So let's go ahead and lead off our broadcast by introducing you to the starting lineups for our two teams this afternoon. The Klamath Falls Falcons, by virtue of being the lower seed out of Pool A, are on the visiting side. Leading off for the Falcons today, their center fielder, Harley Hoblet. Corbin Hamilton is the first baseman. He bats second. Jacoby Takini, the catcher, hits third today, followed by Ian Meyer, the third baseman, hitting cleanup. Colin Takini starts at shortstop today. He's batting fifth. Ty Teeters is the second baseman, batting sixth today. Trustin Thomas is in right field, hitting seventh. P.J. Safford is the designated hitter. He bats eighth. And Chase Barrett is in left field. He hits ninth for the Falcons. They go up against Jagger Jensen on the bump today for the Wolverines. Taking a look at the lineup for their part, Jet Jensen is the leadoff hitter. He's at third base today. Broxton Purser's in right field. He bats second. Maddox Jensen is the shortstop. He hits third, followed by Brett Rouser, the catcher, hitting cleanup. C.J. Rampton is batting fifth today at second base. Parker Hodgson is in left field, hitting sixth. Murphy Jensen bats seventh and is at first base. Brady Akins is in center field, hitting eighth. And Miles Ellingson is the designated hitter for the Wolverines. He bats ninth. The Wolverines today are going up against Colby Medeiros on the mound today for the Falcons. These two teams played once already in this tournament. It was back in the final day of pool play. The Falcons, led by Colin Takini on the mound, were able to secure a 6-1 victory to punch their ticket not only to the semifinals, but of course outside of group play. Now, interestingly enough, the Wolverines committed 7 errors in that game. Here in the championship, can't count on that kind of luck today. The Falcons going to need more than 2 hits to score 6 runs today if they want a chance to defeat the Wolverines. A good showing yesterday for the Falcons, a 12-6 win against the Eugene Ole Athletics. The Falcons at one point got out in front by 6. They wound up having the game tied against them, and then they rallied for 5 runs in the 6th. Not only did they rally the bats, but they rallied around their teammates as well. Yesterday in the 7th inning, Carson Sims, the team's starting shortstop throughout the season, took a line drive to the face area. It looks like he has broken nose. He is not suited up today. The team rallied around him. They were able to close out their win yesterday against the Oles and find themselves here in the Northwest Championship. They just need one more win to win their first regional in 58 years. We're going to step aside as we hear the anthem here at Mike Lansing Field in Casper, Wyoming. And when we come back, we're going to be just about ready for baseball on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com. The Northwest Regional Championship is next.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Good luck to both teams, and let's play ball.
It is time to play ball at the Northwest Regional Championship game here at Mike Lansing Field in Casper, Wyoming. Again, my name is Josh Eldridge. Thank you so much for joining us today. The Klamath Falls Falcons taking on the Ridgeline Wolverines in this regional championship. Both teams winning their semifinal matchups yesterday. The Wolverines played in the first game of the day, a 6-2 victory over the Alaska representatives, the Service Cougars from Anchorage, Alaska. The Klamath Falls Falcons, like we discussed, a 12-6 win against the Eugene Ole Athletics yesterday. For group play throughout this event for the Wolverines, a win on day one against the Sheridan Jets 5-0. They defeated the Burley Green Sox 13-8. For the Klamath Falls Falcons, through the first couple of days of group play, they fell to the Burley Green Sox 11-9, but since then have, like I said, stuck together. They've played tough, and after losing the first day, they defeated the Jets on Friday from Sheridan 11-6. They defeated these Wolverines 6-1 on Saturday to get out of group play and wind up in the semifinal. And like we said, now these two teams get to face off one more time. Winner takes all here at the regional championship. The Ridgeline Wolverines today in their lime green tops with white pants today. The Falcons in their white tops today. Falcons written across their chest and white pants for the Falcons. The Ridgeline Wolverines are coached by Justin Jensen. Klamath Falls Falcons are coached by Sean Teeters. Thanks again for joining us today on MyBasin.com. The Klamath Falls Falcons season, one way or another, comes to an end today. Whether you followed us all season long or you've just joined us for the regional, thank you very much, as we are just about ready for baseball today. The Falcons, the first team since the 2017-18 Cody Cubs to make back-to-back regional championship games. Of course, last year they lost to the Bitterroot Red Sox in this championship contest. Here looking for better results this season against the Ridgeline Wolverines, who are making their first appearance in the Northwest Regional Championship. And here we go. The first pitch of the game from Jagger Jensen is called a strike, and the count is 0-1 to Harley Hoblet. 12:01 here in Wyoming as we get going today. 91 degrees at first pitch. The 0-1 on the way to Hoblet is going to miss outside. The count is even at a ball and a strike. Yesterday in the semifinal win for the Falcons, Harley had a double and an RBI in the fourth inning. Also scored 2 more runs when he was walked and hit by a pitch as he fouls that one off there. 1-2. The Henley sophomore to be hitting in the leadoff spot today, as again the Falcons are without Carson Sims after he sustained injury yesterday. Carson in the dugout, though, supporting his team as he can. And here's Harley in the leadoff spot. The 1-2 pitch coming home to Hoblet is lifted foul, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. After Harley in the order, it is Corbin Hamilton and then Jacoby Takini. Jagger Jensen, the right-hander for the Wolverines, looks in, gets the sign from Brett Rouser, the catcher. Shakes off Rouser on the first offering and now decides on the pitch. The 1-2 misses upstairs. Count is 2-2 to Hoblet. Last time these two teams played, Hoblet was 0 for 3, although he did have an RBI back on Saturday when he grounded out in the 6th inning to score a run. He sees the 1-2 pitch again, and this one is again flared foul. Hoblet putting up a good battle here to lead off this ball game. First time this season that Hoblet has bat in the leadoff spot. Guy who had to battle for any kind of role this season now leads off the Northwest Championship game. The 2-2. Checks his swing. Hoblet holds up in time, and the count is 3-2 to Harley. It's been incredible to watch this team come together over the course of this season through ups and downs. And now here in the championship contest, Hoblet chases the outside slider and goes down on strikes to lead off the ball game, and it brings up Corbin Hamilton with one gone. Chance to introduce you now to the defense here for the Wolverines. Brett Rouser is the catcher. At third base is going to be Jet Jensen. Maddox Jensen is the shortstop. C.J. Rampton is the second baseman with Murphy Jensen at first. In the outfield from left to right, it's Parker Hodgson, Brady Akins, and Broxton Purser. Hamilton fouls off the first pitch he sees, and the count is 0-1 to Corbin. Yesterday in the win against Eugene, Hamilton scored a couple of runs, had a base hit in the fourth. He also walked in the sixth, came around to score each of those times. The 0-1 to Hamilton misses low and in the dirt. The count is 1-1. Hamilton 0 for 2. When these two teams last met on Saturday, he had grounded out and struck out in that game. Like I said, only 2 hits in that contest for the Falcons, but they were aided by 7 Wolverine errors to win that game, as Hamilton, a good eye, takes a pitch below the knees, and the count is 2-1 to Corbin. A .430 hitter on the season for the Falcons. Looking in, here is Jensen, still able to work out of the windup, and the pitch home. That one is flared foul. Count is 2-2. Another pitch coming up here to Hamilton, the 2-2 on the way. Curveball, Hamilton sends a shot to left field. Going back is Hodgson, and he makes the catch by the track. Hamilton put a shot into that one, but unfortunately, Hodgson played it well, and there's 2 gone in the inning. Brings up Jacoby Tacchini. Tacchini leading the team in hitting, coming into play today, .482 average. He is one of only 2 players to have played in all 48 games and started each of the 48 games, I should say, himself, along with Corbin Hamilton. Here's a deep fly ball to right center field. That one is in the gap and down for extra bases as it rattles around the Rockstar Energy sign. Tacchini is in with a stand-up double for the first hit of the game for the Falcons, and an early RBI opportunity for Ian Meyer. For Tacchini, that is his 23rd double of the season, and it sets up Meyer here with a man on and 2 out. Meyer getting ready to step in here. Yesterday in the semifinal, Meyer had a day. 6 RBIs in the contest, including a double and a single, and 2 runs scored. Here's the first pitch to Meyer, opposite field foul. The count is 0-1. Meyer, a .475 hitter. He's driven in 59 runs this season. The wind here blowing straight out to center field, 390 to straightaway center field here at Mike Lansing Field, 352 to left, 342 to right. The pitch to Meyer is a chopper to the left side. It is a foul ball. A diving effort by Jensen there at third, but a foul ball anyway, so count is 0-2 to Ian Meyer. After Meyer in the Falcons order is Colin Tacchini, should he get a chance this half inning. Falcons as a team this season batting .377 as a group. Here's the pitch. Meyer, hot shot to second, gloved on the hop by Rampton, throws to first in time, and a routine play to end the first inning. Despite the 2-out double, the Falcons leave them stranded, and we go to the bottom of the first, still scoreless at the Northwest Regional Championship game on mybasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community, engaged.
Colmy Medeiros warming up for the Falcons. The right-hander from Lost River High School is making his 8th start of the season. It's his 15th overall appearance. Medeiros carries an 8-1 record throughout the summer, and in 51 1/3 innings pitched, he carries an ERA of 1.64. He'll be going up against Jet Jensen, Broxton Purser, and Maddox Jensen here to lead off the bottom of the first inning. It's a good day for baseball here at the Northwest Regional. Quite a few Casper fans have made their way back out here. Members of the host team wanting to see how this all pans out. I know, obviously, a number of the other teams who've traveled here to Casper have gone home by now, but great to see lots of members of our local community here in Casper coming out to support these two ball clubs who've battled throughout the season and find themselves here only a few innings away from trying to capture a regional championship. Here's the first pitch to Jet Jensen. And he takes a pitch away. The count is 1-0. When these two teams last met on Saturday, Jet Jensen was 1 for 3 with an RBI in that contest. Here's a pitch and a well-hit ball to left field. Coming in is Barrett. He lays out for it, and he can't make the catch. A great attempt there by Barrett, but it just dropped down in front of him. And a leadoff single here for Jet Jensen brings up Broxton Purser. Defensively for the Falcons, they line up like this. Jacoby Tacchini is the catcher. Ian Meyer is at third. Colin Tacchini at short with Ty Teeters at second. Corbin Hamilton plays first. In the outfield, it's Chase Barrett, Harley Hoblet, and Trustin Thomas from left to right. Left-hander Broxton Purser getting ready to settle in here against Medeiros. Purser hitting the 9 spot when these teams met back on Saturday. Had a double, was 1 for 2 in that game. Here he takes a pitch below the knees. The count is 1-0 to Purser. After Broxton Purser in the order, it is Maddox Jensen. The corners for the Falcons come in here protecting a potential bunt to try to move Jensen into scoring position. Medeiros delivers the pitch. That one misses upstairs. Count is 2-0 from Medeiros. Got early action in the Falcons bullpen here as P.J. Safford is already getting loose down there. Again, he's the designated hitter today. But it's going to be all hands on deck for both teams. I mean, this is what you play for. The 2-0 home. That one graces the outside corner. Count is 2-1. Unlike the AAA American Legion baseball classification, the single A only plays up to the regional. There's no World Series. So this is the pinnacle. This is the title that we've played for all year. The 2-1 will have to wait as they move over to first. Back safely is Jet Jensen. Broxton Purser ready to dig back in here. Stands tall in the left-handed batter's box. Bat resting on his back shoulder. Medeiros comes set. The product of Lost River delivers the pitch, and it just misses in. The count is 3-1. Not a bad pitch at all from Medeiros, but just missing on the inside corner. Tacchini's going to deliver a new set of signals here, but got to be careful not to lay one over the plate. Medeiros is a guy who stays low and he stays out of the middle of the plate. He's going to want to exploit that inside-outside today. Runner on the move from first. Tacchini throws a dart down there, and they got him trying to steal. Jensen is out. And Purser's got 2 strikes on him. The count's full. Great throw from Tacchini. And that erases the leadoff single from earlier this inning. And now 2 strikes on Purser. Medeiros set. Outfield shades a bit to the right. The pitch is going to miss down and in. And a 1-out walk puts a runner back on first base for Maddox Jensen. Jensen Starting at shortstop for the second time in as many meetings against the Falcons. Last time out, he had a double in the first inning against Colin Takini. One of only 3 hits that Colin would allow throughout the day. Jensen also walked in the 4th and flew out in the 6th in that game. Leading off of first is Broxton Purser. Maddox Jensen at the plate. Here's the pitch. And pitch just below the knees, misses low. Count is 1-0 to Jensen. Brett Rouser is on deck for the Utah State champs, the Ridgeline Wolverines. Modest lead off of first for Purser, and Medeiros delivers the pitch. That one also misses low. The count is 2-0, and Jacoby going to go out and have a quick chat with Colby, along with Corbin Hamilton and Ian Meyer, the leaders of this team. And as they do, want to remind you that today's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you in part by Geno's on East Main Street. Open up every single morning at 6:30, serving their famous breakfast burritos. Those are served all day long, along with other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. You can order online at ilovegenos.com or have it brought to you with DoorDash. All right. Everyone is returned to their spot, and home plate umpire, I think he had to adjust his mask perhaps, but he's got it back on, and we're ready to go. It's a 2-0 count to Maddox Jensen. Runner aboard at first is Broxton Purser. There's one gone, bottom of the first inning, still scoreless. Medeiros misses wide with the off-speed pitch, and the count is 3-0. Outfield playing deep, all around, and especially deep to left is Barrett. The pitch from Medeiros is called a strike, and the count is 3-1. And Jensen seemingly taking all the way there. The bat never left his shoulder. And now he has to be ready to hit, though, in a 3-1 count. Medeiros trying to battle back into this at-bat. Here's the pitch. That one is popped up. Right side foul territory. Hamilton trying to track it down, and that one actually winds up blowing fair. It is down for a hit, and then the throw into shortstop is a wild one. Advancing from second to third is Purser, and no one could make that play. From where Hamilton was running, I thought that ball was going to be in foul territory, but it actually wound up fair. And so it'll be a single, and then both men advance on the throwing error from right field. There's 2 men in scoring position here in the first for Rouser. Rouser digging in here in the game on Saturday. He was 0 for 3, flew out twice and struck out once. Medeiros set with the pitch and a bit of hot water here in the first inning. And he misses outside with the first offering. The count is 1-0. It was a leadoff single for Jensen, but the Falcons caught him stealing. And after a walk, a single, and an error, there are 2 men in scoring position. The 1-0 on the way from Medeiros is hit well to right field. That's going to drop down in front of Trustin Thomas. They're going to score Purser. Jensen rounds third and heads for home as well. He will score. And a 2 RBI single for the Wolverines, and they lead 2-0 off the bat of Brett Rouser. And it brings up C.J. Rampton. Rampton, when these teams met on Saturday, was 0 for 3. And it looks like we've got Rinderknecht on the bases running in for Rouser. So Rinderknecht at first. Rouser after the 2 RBI single. Again, it brings up Rampton. Struck out twice, grounded out once on Saturday. Medeiros ready to deliver the pitch, and he drops in an off-speed pitch for a strike. Good job by Medeiros to get ahead to start this at-bat. The count is 0-1. After Rampton in the order, it's Parker Hodgson for the Wolverines. Bottom of the first inning, and Ridgeline leads Klamath Falls 2-0. Medeiros pushes across a strike there, and the count is 0-2. Rampton steps out, readjusts the batting gloves, and he's ready to step back in here. Again, Coach Justin Jensen down the third base line, offering a set of signals to him. And here's the 0-2. Hard grounder to third. Meyer onto Teeters for 1. They go to Hamilton for 2, but Rampton beats out the fielder's choice. They do get the lead runner, but Rampton reaches and keeps the inning alive for the Wolverines. 2 gone here for Parker Hodgson. Hodgson was the starting pitcher in the game on Saturday, wound up with the loss in that contest. Got the bat boy handful of gear over there. Looks like me trying to take one trip back to the house after going to the grocery store. All right, looks like we're back ready for baseball. Parker Hodgson digging back into the right-handed batter's box. Runner aboard at first is C.J. Rampton, and the first pitch is a knee-high strike to Colby Medeiros. The count is 0-1. On deck after Hodgson is Murphy Jensen. Modest lead off of first for Rampton, only about a step and a half, and Medeiros goes with a curveball. Hodgson swung way out in front of that one, and the count is 0-2. 2 gone in the inning and 2 runs home here for Ridgeline in the Northwest Regional Championship game. The 0-2 from Medeiros is a shot to left field. Barrett going back. He is not going to get there. It's over his head and to the wall. Coming in to score is Rampton, and in at second with a double is Hodgson, and Ridgeline adds another here in the first inning. They are up 3-0. Brings up Murphy Jensen for Ridgeline. And Medeiros looking in, ready to offer it up to Murphy Jensen. Hodgson, not much of a lead off of second. Teeter's trying to keep him close out there. And the pitch from Medeiros is going to miss low. The count is 1-0. After Murphy Jensen in the order, if the inning continues, is Brady Akins. Medeiros looks in, checks the runner at second, and here's the pitch. That one is fouled back. The count is 1-1. A lot of movement in Hodgson's lead out there at second. But here we go. Tacchini sets the signal. Target outside. Medeiros misses down and in. The count is 2-1 to Murphy Jensen. Inning started with a leadoff single, and in fact, everybody who's hit this inning for Ridgeline has reached base one way or another. Jet Jensen led off with a single, although he was caught stealing. Here's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Broxton Purser walked and scored. Maddox Jensen singled and scored. Brett Rouser singled, and his courtesy runner was out on a fielder's choice, hit by Rampton. He reached first and scored, and then Parker Hodgson is out there at second after the RBI double. As that pitch misses upstairs, and the count is 3-2 to Jensen. Medeiros comes set, takes pause. Big lead for Hodgson off a second, but the pitch home is a chopper to the left side. Meyer is not able to squeeze it. It ricochets off his glove and into left center field. Now scoring is Hodgson, and Ridgeline adds another here in the first. Aboard at first after the error is Jensen. And Hodgson scores, and it brings up Brady Akins. Meyer just took his eye off the ball for a second. Hodgson was racing in behind him, and I think he went to look at Parker just to see where he was, and in that split second took his eye off the ball. It ricocheted off his glove and into the outfield, and it scored another run for the Wolverines. They lead the Falcons here 4-0. Medeiros set on the hill with the runner at first, Jensen, and the pitch is waved at and missed. The count is 0-1 to the center fielder, Brady Akins. After Akins, Mile Ellingson, the designated hitter, is due up next for the Wolverines. Small lead off of first for Jensen, and the pitch home is fouled straight back, and they've got 2 strikes on the Wolverines center fielder. The left-handed bat for the Wolverines sets back in. Medeiros takes a look at first before coming set. Now ready for the pitch. And outside, I think that was a 2-seam from Medeiros, maybe the change-up. Regardless, it missed low. The count is 1-2. Akins was 0 for 3 when these teams met on Saturday. Grounded out a couple of times and flew out once. The 1-2 on the way from Medeiros. That one catches the outside corner and rung up Aikens. The Falcons get out of this first inning, having allowed 4 runs and have already created a mountain to climb here in the Northwest Regional Championship game. We're back with the top of the second inning next on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
Top of the second inning, the Klamath Falls Falcons trail the Ridgeline Wolverines 4-0 at the Northwest Regional Championship game. Colin Takini, Ty Teeters, Trustin Thomas set to try to get the rally going for the Falcons. A tough opening to this ball game. 2 errors committed by the Falcons defense in the first inning, but a chance to try to start chipping away here against Jagger Jensen. Here is the first pitch. And Colin takes a pitch upstairs. The count is 1-0. Colin Takini had an RBI when these teams met on Saturday. A sacrifice fly scored a run in the third inning. Here's the pitch to Takini. Hits one deep to the right side. That one is going to wind up foul. And the count is 1-1 to Colin. Yesterday at the dish, Takini with 3 RBIs, including a triple. He also scored a run when he hit that triple in the 6th inning. He also singled in an RBI in the third. Go along on a 2-for-5 day. Count to Colin here is a ball and a strike. And the delivery from Jagger Jensen. That one is struck well to right center field. Aikens moving over in the gap, and he can't get to it. Takini's going to have extra bases to lead off the second inning. That was a quality effort by Aikens in right center field, but a well-placed ball there from Takini winds him up with a double to lead off the second. And it brings up Ty Teeters. For Colin now on the season, that is his 12th double of the year. As Ty Teeters gets ready to settle in here. Trustin Thomas is also on deck. Here's the pitch to Teeters, taken low for a ball. Count is 1-0. Teeters reached base a couple of times against the Wolverines on Saturday, both times on a walk, but also both times he scored runs. So productive on those base paths was Ty Teeters. The pitch in, misses away. Good job by Brett Rouser, the catcher, knocking down that pitch in the dirt, disallowing Takini from advancing to third. Yesterday, Teeters was 1 for 3 in the ball game, had a single in the second inning in the win against the Olies in the semifinal. Here's the 2-0 home to Ty Teeters. And it misses upstairs. Count is 3-0 to Ty. On the season, Teeters bats .374 for the Falcons. Takini leads off a second. Sizable lead out there. No one's holding him close. And the pitch to Teeters misses up and in. And he'll earn a 4-pitch walk. Puts 2 men on with nobody out here for Trustin Thomas.
That'll bring up right fielder number 5, Trustin Thomas.
Thomas reached base a couple of times on Saturday against the Wolverines. Once on an error in the second inning. And he also reached on a sacrifice, which was allowed him. He laid down a sacrifice bunt and then reached on an error on that play as well, is what I should say. On that second time around the bases, he scored a run back on Saturday. Yesterday, did not have a hit, although he did lay down a sacrifice bunt to try to help his team manufacture a run in the second inning. Here's a first pitch miss by Jagger Jensen. The count is 1-0 to Trustin Thomas. P.J. Safford is due up next for the Falcons. Set on the bump is Jensen. And Thomas looks to show bunt, pops it up, and it is going to be caught by the catcher, Rouser. Thomas unable to get the bunt down that time, and it's one out in the inning. It brings up P.J. Safford. Safford, the DH, getting ready to step in here. He was absent from the starting lineup yesterday, but came in late parts and closed out the Ole's on the bump. And he also did enter in one time as a hitter and had an RBI single in the 6th inning. I'm looking for more of that here with one out, 2 men on. Top of the 2nd inning, the Falcons trailed the Ridgeline Wolverines 4-0 in this regional championship matchup. And the pitcher, Jensen, steps back, looks Takini back to second, but he wins the foot race between himself and Maddox Jensen out there, the shortstop for the Wolverines. Jagger Jensen comes set. Takes a long look at Takini out at second before motioning home, and the first pitch to Safford misses wide, and the count is 1-0. After Safford in the Falcons order is Chase Barrett, number 9 guy in the order. PJ on the season bats .321 for the Falcons. This marks the final game of his high school baseball playing career. Here's the pitch to Safford. That one misses upstairs, 2-0. He's joined in that category by Ian Meyer and Colin Takini, who now stands at second. Both of these guys, or all three of them, I suppose, class of 2026. And we'll be moving on in Safford's case to play college baseball at the Oregon Institute of Technology. And for Takini's case, at Umpqua Community College. And Jensen steps off. And for Ian Meyer's case, won't be playing baseball at the next level, but he's furthering his education at the University of Oregon. Jensen takes a look at Takini out at second. And they move over to him, but Colin is back safely. And they're starting to get worried about him over there and see if Safford might be trying to lay down a bunt, although ahead in a 2-0 count. I would think they let PJ swing away here, so Jensen going to have to focus on the hitter. And here's the 2-0 pitch home. Safford flares one out to the right side, and it is caught by the right fielder, Purser. Tries to throw into second to backdoor Takini, but the throw won't be there. And Safford flies out for the second out in the 2nd inning. It keeps the runners right where they are, and it brings up Chase Barrett. Barrett yesterday had a double in the 4th inning against the Ole's. He finished 1 for 4 in that game. Also scored a run here in an RBI opportunity. Falcons looking for a run after 2 leadoff base runners. Here's the pitch. It misses inside. The count is 1-0. Takini led off this inning with a double. He still stands out there in scoring position. Ty Teeters then walked, but back-to-back flyouts, and there's 2 gone in the inning for the Falcons. Lineup card turns over next with Harley Hoblet on deck. The 1-0 on the way to Barrett. And here it comes. Misses outside. The count is 2-0 to Chase. He's had a great regional tournament so far. A double yesterday. A couple of doubles back on Friday against Sheridan. And he also had a double in the opening game of the tournament against Burley as well. After a guy who was absent from the starting lineup for a lot of the year, he's played well here at this tournament. Here he hits one well, but foul off to the right side. Count is 2 balls and a strike to the Falcons left fielder, Chase Barrett. He's also a good defensive left fielder as well. He's not afraid to sell out for the baseball, try to make a big play, and more often than not he does. But now trying to do it with the bat. Here's the 2-1 to Barrett. Chopper to the left side, through and into left field, a base hit. They slammed the brakes on Takini at third, and the bases are loaded for Harley Hoblet. Barrett just hammered that one through the left side of the infield to load up the bases. And now a great opportunity for the young Harley Hoblet to try to come through for his team with 2 outs and the bases loaded. His team down 4 here in the regional championship. Harley struck out back in the 1st inning. Yesterday, Harley came up with an RBI double in the 4th inning of that contest. Here, the first pitch is going to miss low and away. Count is 1-0. On the season, Hoblet a .289 hitter and 16 RBIs on the season. And now we're going to have a meeting from the pitching coach for the Ridgeline Wolverines. As they do, want to draw your attention to the score bug on your screen and let you know that our score bug today brought to you in part by Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. They use a modern and research-backed approach to physical therapy to ensure you see both a reduction in pain and enhanced mobility, getting you back to peak levels of optimal health and wellness. Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance has been treating athletes of all ages since 2020. Final game of the season here at the regional championship. For both of these teams, the road ends here, trying to go out on a high note. I know the Falcons trying to keep a positive attitude today after Carson went out with injury yesterday that rattled the team, I'm sure, but they were able to rally and hang on to a win, and I know that's their attitude coming into this ball game today, is try to get this one for him and all the folks back home in the Klamath Basin. The 1-0 on the way to Harley is taken for a strike. Letter high on the outer third. The count is 1-1 to Hoblet. If he's able to get on base, Corbin Hamilton is due up next. Jensen working out of the windup now. Here's the pitch. Hoblet lifts one into center field. Coming in is Akins, and he will make the catch to end the inning. The Falcons load the bases, but they leave them loaded in the 2nd inning. We head to the bottom half next with Ridgeline in a 4-run lead at the Northwest Regional Championship on mybasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN, expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
9-1-2 due up for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They lead the Klamath Falls Falcons 4-0 at the Northwest Regional Tournament Championship game. It'll be Miles Ellingson, Jet Jensen, and then Broxton Purser. Colby Madero still out there for the Falcons as he looks to get things going here. The first pitch to the Ridgeline designated hitter is right over the heart of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Ellingson was 0 for 1 when these two teams played back on Saturday as he falls behind here 0-2. He struck out in the 7th inning of that game. Medeiros with the 0-2. Here's the pitch and fouled back. Count is still 0-2. The Ridgeline Wolverines looking for their first single-A Legion Regional Championship in history. For the Falcons, they're looking for their first regional Northwest Regional Championship of any variety since 1968 today. Here's the 0-2 on the way from Ellingson. And the pitch is lofted to the right side. Count still 0-2. I suppose I should be more specific about Legion Baseball Northwest Regionals. Ellingson putting up a battle here against Medeiros. Another 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one misses low. The count moves to a ball and 2 strikes to Ellingson. And again, Jet Jensen waits on deck here for the Wolverines. Wind dying down a little bit here in Wyoming as the upstairs fastball rung him up. Ellingson down looking to lead off the 2nd inning. Jet Jensen getting ready to step in, singled, and was caught stealing in the first inning. Getting his second look here at Medeiros after the leadoff strikeout. Colby working out of the windup, and here's the pitch. That one hit to right center field. That's going to be over the head of Hoblet and down out by the wall. Thomas is going to come up with it, but a one-out double for Jet Jensen. He's 2 for 2 today. And fifth hit for Ridgeline as it brings up Broxton Purser. Purser without an official at-bat yet in this one. He walked and scored in the first inning. He was knocked in on the two RBI single from Brett Rauscher in that inning, but now in an RBI opportunity for himself. Broxton Purser was 1 for 2 when these teams last met. Left-handed bat awaits the first offering here from Medeiros. That one is hit to left center field. Harley Hoblet moves over in the gap and tucks that one away for the second out in the second inning.
That'll bring up the shortstop, number 3, Maddox Jensen.
Brings up Maddox Jensen, who singled and scored in the first inning. Again, runner remains at second in Jet Jensen after the one-out double. Medeiros trying to get out of this inning unscathed after Ridgeline put up 4 against him in the first inning. All right. Medeiros shakes off Tacchini on the first offering, shakes him off again, but now comes set. And the pitch from Medeiros is a knee-high fastball called a strike, and the count is 0-1 to Maddox Jensen. Brett Rauscher is due up next should the inning continue for Ridgeline. Ty Teeters trying to keep the runner at second close, and now here's the pitch. That one just misses off the outside part of the plate. A ball and a strike here to Maddox Jensen. Medeiros takes a look out at Jet Jensen, leading off his second, kind of toying around out there, and this pitch misses inside. The count is 2-1 to Maddox Jensen at the plate. Wind, like I said earlier, kind of dying down here as it starts to warm up. 91 degrees. This is the least I've seen those flags in center field blowing, I think, all weekend. Here's the pitch from Medeiros. That one misses low and away as well, 3-1. I suppose that helps the defense out a little bit as the Falcons continuing to play deep in the outfield. Thomas deep to right, Barrett deep to left. Hoblet a little bit shallow in center. He's had a couple hit over his head so far, but he's ready out there. Again, a deep center field, 390 as Medeiros misses outside with the curveball on the 3-1. And a walk issued to Maddox Jensen brings up Brett Rauscher. Rauscher singled in 2 runs his last time up. And he was also then out on a fielder's choice, that trip around the bases, but another opportunity for him to try to knock in at least one more, but maybe 2 if he can find the gap for his team. Medeiros comes set, teeters again, trying to keep that runner close at second. And now the pitch is going to miss just below the knees. Count is 1-0 to Rauscher. After Brett Rauscher in the order, C.J. Rampton for the Wolverines. Medeiros delivers the pitch, and that one is swung on and missed. Looked to be inside, but Rauscher chased. Count is even, 1-1. The catcher for the Wolverines goes no batting gloves in the right-handed batter's box. Keeps his hands held high in the stance and awaits the 1-1 from Medeiros. Hit to center field. Hoblet coming in, and he will make the catch to end the inning. The Wolverines strand 2, but can't get any across in the second. They do lead the Falcons 4-0 as we head to the third next on MyBasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Top of the third inning, Corbin Hamilton, Jacoby Tacchini, and Ian Meyer do up for the Klamath Falls Falcons as they trail the Ridgeline Wolverines a score of 4-0. Falcons were able to load up the bases in the second, but couldn't get anything across. Looking for better fortunes here in the third as they continue to work against Jagger Jensen. I want to say thanks again to some of our sponsors who've been with us throughout the course of this Falcons season. Sponsors like Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club, as well as Klamath Falls Subaru and Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty. And all of the corporate sponsors who've supported the Falcons all season long. I know Cat Rentals back home in the Basin, as well as the Eisler Group, Kinsman Construction, just to name a few. Couldn't have made this season a success without not only the support from our broadcast sponsors, but also the folks who make Klamath Falls Falcons baseball possible and support not only the Falcons, but Kiger Stadium as well. All right, Corbin Hamilton ready to settle in here. Hamilton 0 for 1 in the ball game so far. Flew out to left field in the first inning. And he's getting his second chance against Jagger Jensen here. The pitch to Hamilton misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Hamilton, a .429 hitter on the season, and gets on base just over 54% of the time as he takes ball 2 there. Hamilton does lead the team in walks, 36 free passes this season. Here's the 2-0. That's a chopper to the left side. Roller to Jensen. Has to charge. Comes up with it, but fires a rocket to first in time. And there's one gone here in the third. And it brings up Jacoby Tacchini with one out here in the third. Tacchini doubled his last time up. And his courtesy runner was left stranded in that scoring position. Tacchini looking for a second crack at it here against Jensen. The pitch is off speed, misses upstairs. Count is 1-0. Tacchini has impressed this tournament. I mean, he is impressive. If you've watched the Falcons all season long, you know he's maybe the most dangerous bat on the team. Here he pops one into foul territory to the right side. The catch is made, and he is out. I do want to finish this thought, though, about Tacchini and the fact that so many folks who've watched him play for the first time this weekend have remarked to me about how impressive he is, not only obviously swinging the bat, but how he handles the pitching staff as well. Multiple people have said, quote, he's the real deal. And I have to agree with them. He's right now 1 for 2 as Ian Meyer gets ready to settle in. Meyer's 0 for 1 today. And the pitch from Jensen is off speed and misses upstairs. The count is 1-0 to Meyer. Meyer on the season bats .475 for Klamath Falls. Trying to get on base here. Here's the pitch. Misses low. 2-0 to Meyer. After Meyer, if he's able to get on base, Colin Tacchini is due up. Top of the third inning, Falcons trail by 4 in the regional championship. That pitch misses away. Meyer works ahead here, 3-0. Meyer can afford to be patient. Here's the offering, and it misses up. Meyer works a 4-pitch walk, And a free pass issued to get up Colin Takini. Colin he doubled his last time up. Got as far as third base when the Falcons left the bases loaded in the second inning. And Colin digs in here with 2 gone and a runner on. Top of the third inning. Move over to first. Meyer back safely. If Takini's able to find a way on, it's Ty Teeters who waits on deck. Colin, this season, a .347 hitter for the Falcons. Here's the pitch. Misses up. Count is 1-0. Here's the pitch. That is a chopper to third. Playing it on a hop is Jensen at third. Throws across the diamond in time. And that'll do it here in the third inning. The Falcons get a 2-out base runner, but they're still scoreless headed to the bottom of the third in a 4-run ball game. The Ridgeline Wolverines lead the Falcons at the Northwest Regional Championship on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Bottom of the third inning, and the Wolverines have got C.J. Rampton, Parker Hodgson, and Murphy Jensen due up this half inning as they lead the Klamath Falls Falcons a score of 4-0, the Northwest Regional Championship game. Wolverines got all 4 of their runs in the first. Medeiros, who's still out there working, kept him off the board in the second, hoping for a same result here in the third as he starts out C.J. Rampton with an outside fastball called a strike. Rampton reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first inning. And the pitch from Medeiros. This is a chance for Teeters out at second, just over his head and into right field. And a base hit for Rampton. It brings up Parker Hodgson. Hodgson doubled in a run his last time up in the first inning. He also scored in the first inning. And we've got the bat boy coming all the way out to the first base coach. Here he is. This is what I was saying. He's got an arm guard, the shin guard, and the bat. That's pretty impressive. He's able to make that trip all the way back in one go. All right, here we go. Parker Hodgson ready to go. Here's the pitch. Curveball finds the outer third. Count is 0-1. Nobody out, runner on here in the bottom of the third inning. Medeiros takes a look at the runner at first. Rampton not a huge lead as that pitch misses upstairs. Count is even. And a ball and a strike to Hodgson. Murphy Jensen is due up next. Coach Justin Jensen down the third base side, giving some signals to not only his base runner Rampton, but also Hodgson at the plate. And here comes the pitch. That one's flared out to the right side, foul. And the count is 1-2 to Hodgson. Wind is picked back up, blowing out to right center field, as has been typical throughout the weekend and continuing to warm up. 92 degrees here in Casper. Medeiros set, and the pitch is going to miss wide. Might have been the slider, perhaps there from Medeiros. Good job by Takini to disallow that one from getting behind him. Rampton stays at first. Takes a look at Rampton at first before coming set. Medeiros delivers the pitch. Line drive, left field, down the line, and a base hit. Rounding second, headed for third is Rampton. Now trying to leg out the double is Hodgson, and the throw gets away from Teeters. Hamilton there to back it up, and so Hodgson there with a double. And Rampton in at third. 2 men in scoring position here for Murphy Jensen. Jensen reached on an error in the first inning. And now a chance to extend his team's lead after getting 2 men in scoring position with nobody out. Jensen was left stranded at first base after he reached on an error his last time up. Medeiros comes set and delivers the pitch. And a knee-high fastball called a strike as Jensen watched it go by. He falls behind 0-1. Brady Akins is due up next for the Wolverines. Medeiros shakes off Takini once, now likes the signal. Here's the pitch. And a curveball graces the inner third. Medeiros going front door with the off-speed pitch and falls behind 0-2. Murphy Jensen. Gonna have to protect here, does Jensen. Chokes up a bit. The 0-2 is a grounder out towards short. Takini comes up with it, throws onto first. They get the out there, but Rampton scores from third, and it is a 5-0 ball game. Ridgeline leads. They keep a runner in scoring position at second for Parker Hodgson, and it brings up Brady Akins. Akins struck out his last time up. The left-handed hitter settles back in here, still in an RBI opportunity. All right. Medeiros looks out at second. Hodgson now with a huge lead. Colin Takini trying to keep him close. And the pitch is popped up in foul territory, right side. The catcher Takini comes out of his stance and makes the catch. They throw out to second to try to backdoor Hodgson. But he is back safely there as well. And so 2 gone brings up Miles Ellingson. Ellingson 0 for 1 in the ball game today. Struck out in the second inning. Number 9 hitter in the order and the designated hitter. Still with an RBI opportunity for his Wolverines. They're up 5-0 against the Falcons here in the bottom of the third inning of this Northwest Regional Championship. Medeiros delivers and misses outside with the fastball. The count is 1-0 to Ellingson. On deck, top of the order for the Wolverines is Jet Jensen. Here's the pitch. That one misses inside. 2-0. Medeiros misses out with the fastball, then misses in with the fastball. But Ellingson still ready to hit here wide in the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. Medeiros misses outside that time, I think, with the breaking pitch. The count is 3-0. Again, we've had quite a bit of movement out in the Falcons bullpen today. Safford has been up and down, and there's another pitcher who's been up and down a little bit out there today. I can't quite make out who the other one is, but here's the pitch. That one misses low. And a walk delivered here to Ellingson. And it brings up Jet Jensen. Jensen 2 for 2 in the ball game today. Had a single in the first and a double in the second. Jacoby Takini pops out from behind home plate for just a second. Maybe some directions to the defense. Maybe just a couple of quick words of encouragement to Medeiros. But regardless, now he's back at his standard position behind home plate. And it looks like we're about ready to go. Third time up for Jet Jensen. Here's the pitch. Misses away. They throw down to second. A good throw from Takini, but not a real shot about getting Hodgson there. He has been dancing around a bit, taking that lead. But that's kind of been typical for this Utah ball club. Trying to maybe cause a distraction for Medeiros And here's the pitch. This one's hit to right field. It'll be down for a single. Hodgson gets the green light. The throw in is cut off by Hamilton, and it never makes its way home. An RBI single is a 6-0 lead now for Ridgeline, and they've got runners at the corners for Broxton Purser. Ellingson made it to third, going first to third on that base hit. Jensen aboard and give him another first RBI of the day, but he is 3 for 3, and it brings up Broxton Purser. And now I think we're making a move potentially to the bullpen as Craig Connor. He called time. He motioned out there, but maybe not. Comes out to chalk to his infield and Colby Medeiros, and as he does, we'll remind you today's broadcast, as along with every Falcons broadcast this season, is brought to you by Howard's Meat Center, where tradition meets innovation with every cut and every bite of Smokin' H barbecue. As you step through their doors, you're not just entering a meat center, you're stepping back to a time when the quality of the meat and the depth of the customer service was everything. Check out Howard's Meat Center next to Les Schwab Tires on South 6th Street. The Falcons are making a move to the bullpen. P.J. Safford coming in to relieve Colby Medeiros. Bottom of the third inning, the Falcons trail by 6. We'll step aside, give P.J. some time to get loose, and we'll be back after this on MyBasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
P.J. Safford new to the game here for the Klamath Falls Falcons. Safford enters play today, and he is making his 17th appearance of the season, his 16th in relief. He's got a 4-3 record, and in 35 1/3 innings pitched, he carries an ERA of 1.19 entering play today. Medeiros stays in the game. He'll take over at second base, and a brand new outfield for the Falcons as well. 3 new guys out there. Mason Snell takes over in left, Hunter Glidden takes over in center, and Max Rogers takes over in right. And it'll be Broxton Purser to bat now with 2 outs in the inning and 2 men on. As Ellingson is at third, Jensen is aboard at first. And Safford continuing to warm up out there. I think about ready to go. Okay. Had the home plate umpire discussing things with Coach Jensen down in the third base box as well. I think he was getting all those changes for the Falcons here. And like we said, 6-0 the score and 2 men on. Bottom of the third inning, Ridgeline leads Klamath Falls here in this one. Jacoby Takini comes out, offers some signs to his infield ahead of this pitch with runners at the corners and 2 outs. The Wolverines could seemingly remain aggressive out there. Home plate umpire. Okay, now I think we're ready for baseball. He had to walk the other side of Takini to put his mask on, but now we're ready to go. Left-handed bat of Purser digs in. Safford on the hill and ready to go. That one finds the zone. That's a knee-high strike called. Safford works ahead here at Purser. Maddox Jensen is due up next for the Wolverines. Should we get there. Again, 2 outs in the inning. And the pitch goes curveball. That one's in the dirt and enough to allow Jensen to advance to second. And so now 2 men in scoring position and a 1-1 count at the plate to Broxton Purser. He's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center field in the second inning. He also walked and scored in the first. Here's the pitch from Safford. That one just misses inside. The count is 2-1. Maddox Jensen would be due up next. Here's some groans from the Falcons fans after that pitch missed inside. It looked pretty good from up here, but Safford falls behind here 2-1. Safford set again and delivers the pitch. That one finds the zone. Knee high on the inside part, 2-2. Safford trying to put an end to the bleeding here in the third as Ridgeline has scored 2 more runs already this half inning, have got 2 more in scoring position. Safford shakes off the first signal from Tacchini, now is set. Here's the pitch. And that one misses low, maybe a touch outside as well. The count is 3-2 to Broxton Purser. First base is open, and it would load him up. Safford now with the 3-2. Here it comes. A chopper to the right side and foul. Count will remain 3-2 to Broxton Purser. It's Jed Jensen at second, Miles Ellingson at third. Jensen reached earlier on the RBI single and advanced on the pitch in the dirt earlier in this at-bat. But Safford trying to keep him stranded. The 3-2 again. This one's hit out to left center field. Glidden coming in and makes the catch. And that will retire the side. The Ridgeline Wolverines score 2 on 3 base hits, and they lead 6-0 as we go to the bottom half of inning number, the top half of inning number 4 on mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
It is the top half of the 4th inning here at the Northwest Class A Regional Championship for American Legion Baseball. And so far, the Ridgeline Wolverines lead the Klamath Falls Falcons 6 runs on 8 hits. No errors for the Wolverines today. For the Falcons, no runs on 3 hits. They've committed 2 errors. It's still Jagger Jensen on the hill for the Wolverines, but we'll have some new faces in the Falcons order to up this half inning. It looks like it'll be Jacoby Nickerson hitting in the 6th spot, and he'll be followed by Max Rogers. And then P.J. Safford should still be hitting in his standard spot in the 8-hole, but wait to confirm all of that. I believe, that is Rogers standing in there in the on-deck circle, so got it right on. Nickerson getting ready to step in here for the Falcons, trying to lead off a rally to help start chipping away at this game. Top of the 4th inning, down by 6. Nickerson on the season bats .360 for the Falcons, and this is his first at-bat of the day. Nickerson is 1 for 1 in the tournament so far, though. He did have a 2 RBI double back on Thursday, the opening game of the tournament, when the Falcons were trying to rally late in that one against the Burley Green Sox. They had scored 5 runs in that inning alone, but just came up short. Nickerson sends one down the line, foul. And that one is going to move the count to 1-1. Nickerson would also score that trip around the bases on Thursday. Again, so far that's his only at-bat of the tournament thus far. He's in a 1-1 count against Jagger Jensen. He's hitting in the spot here of Ty Teeters, formerly occupied there by Ty, who exits without an at-bat. He walked in his only plate appearance in the second inning. Nickerson takes a pitch outside there. Count is 2-1. Nickerson playing in his 31st game of the season as he fouls off the 2-1 pitch. Count is even 2-2 to Nickerson. Jacoby here bats from the left side, product of Mazama High School, class of 2027. Here's the pitch. That one nearly hit him, and he takes it to run the count full, 3-2. Falcons just needing base runners, and they don't need all 6 runs back now. They just need to start chipping away. The best way to do that is trying to just get on base. Nickerson chases the high fastball, goes down on strikes to lead off the 4th inning, and it brings up Max Rogers. Rogers getting ready for his first at-bat of tournament play, although he's been featured prominently throughout. He's been used quite a bit as a courtesy runner for whenever Jacoby Takini gets on base, has been often this tournament. Rogers has scored a bundle of runs this tournament for the Falcons. There he fouls the pitch off. The count is 0-1. Rogers, that's been primarily his role this season. He's only started in 8 games, but he's played in all but 3. And this season, as far as scoring runs, he scored 41 runs this season, which is good for 4th best on the team. Here's the offering to Rogers, and that one misses upstairs. After Max in the order, it is P.J. Safford. Delivery on the way from Jagger Jensen. Rogers swings over the top of that one and goes down on strikes for the second out here in the 4th inning. Back-to-back Ks for Jagger Jensen. That's one way to keep traffic off the base paths. In steps P.J. Safford. Safford flew out to right field his last time up. 0 for 1 in the ball game today. Started as the designated hitter, has since taken over pitching duties, so the Falcons drop in the DH for the rest of the game. Safford rips one foul the opposite way, and the count is 0-1. After Safford in the order, it is going to be Mason Snell for the Falcons. Snell took over in left field defensively in the last half inning. Safford digs back in an 0-1 count. And here's the pitch from Jensen. Curveball taken off the inside part of the plate. Count is even. A ball and a strike. Good take there by Safford. Jensen trying to go front door with that breaking pitch, but not biting there. And works the count even. Here's the delivery from Jensen. Fastball misses up. 2-1. I believe in the hole would mean Hunter Glidden, who replaced Hoblet as well, as I just look ahead down this order. But regardless, Safford needing to get on base before we get there as he takes strike 2, belt high on the inside corner. Count is even to Safford. Base is empty, 2 gone in the inning. Falcons trail by 6, top of the 4th inning at the Northwest Regional Championship. Jensen from the windup delivers to Safford. A curveball chopped to the shortstop. Jensen up with it, slings it to first in time. Falcons down in order in their 4th. And we go to the bottom half next with Ridgeline up by 6 on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
It is the bottom half of the fourth inning here at the Northwest Regional Tournament Championship. The Ridgeline Wolverines leading the Klamath Falls Falcons 6-0. Maddox Jensen, Brett Rouser, and C.J. Rampton do up this inning, and we'll see if there's any changes to come from the Wolverines, as the Falcons have made a few changes as the game has gone on. Again, just to reset the defense for you for the Falcons after some swaps in the last half inning. Jacoby Takini is still catching. Ian Meyer is at third. Colin Takini is at at shortstop. Max Rogers is at third. In center field is Glidden. In left field is Snell. And I think, is that Nickerson in right, perhaps? I'll have to confirm who that is here in right field in just a moment. But either way, it is Maddox Jensen up at the plate. And we are off and running here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that's a strike there. Safford able to work out of the windup here. And we are ready to go. Pitch home is going to miss inside there. 1-1. Okay, so it is Nickerson there in right. Just waiting to confirm that. Pitch on the way from Safford is a shot to left field. That is down and in the gap. Could be extra bases here for Jensen. The throw in from center is going to take Rogers off the bag, and a leadoff double for Maddox Jensen here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nine hits on the day now for Ridgeline. And it brings up Brett Rouser. Rouser 1 for 2 today. He had a 2 RBI single in the first inning. Otherwise, he flew out in the second inning. Nobody out, an RBI opportunity for him as he tries to grow Ridgeline's expanding lead here in the Regional Tournament Championship. Safford set, and the pitch to Rouser is a curveball taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. After Rouser in the order is C.J. Rampton for the Ridgeline Wolverines. And the pitch is a line drive up the middle and through into center field. They wave in Jensen. Oh, they slammed the brakes on him after a good throw in from Glidden. I looked over and Coach Jensen was giving him the windmill, but Jensen will stay put at third. And I believe we'll have Rinderknecht back out there for Rouser as C.J. Rampton bats with runners at the corners now and nobody out. Rampton has reached base twice today, once on a fielder's choice in the first, once on a single in the third. He scored both times. Safford set with the pitch, and here it comes. That one misses outside. Count is 1-0. Do have a right-hander warming up in the Falcons bullpen. I think it's Hayden Poor getting loose out there. The 1-0 on the way to Rampton is fouled off. Back into the glove of the catcher. The count is even 1-1. Parker Hodgson is on deck for Ridgeline. And Rinderknecht over there at first. Not a huge lead. Pitch from Safford is popped up. Back towards us. Let's see. All right. Got the kids hustling down the bleachers to get to that baseball. Thought that one might end up in the press box. There's been a couple that have come pretty close to winding up in the box here with me this weekend, but haven't gotten a souvenir yet. But game's not over. Might get one yet. Safford set with the 1-2. Here it comes, and a swing and a miss. Safford pulls the string to get strike 3 against C.J. Rampton, and it brings up Parker Hodgson. Hodgson today is 2 for 2. 2 doubles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored for Hodgson. So he tries to knock in a run here with 1 gone and a runner at third. Also runner at first. It's Maddox Jensen at third after the leadoff double. And Rinder Connect is at first. It is a courtesy runner for the catcher. Pitch from Safford is going to miss low. Good job there by Takini to stop that one from getting away from him at all. The count is 1-0 to Hodgson, with Murphy Jensen due up next for the Wolverines. Safford comes set with the pitch and is ready to deliver. Here it comes. And a strike is called about knee high, maybe a touch low there, but count is even regardless to Hodgson. Safford now working out of the stretch, toes the rubber, looks in, gets the signal. Almost no lead at first for Rinder Connect. And Safford delivers. Curveball graces the outer third. Nice pitch there from Safford. The count is 1-2. Outfield shaded a little bit to the right. Anticipating Hodgson to go opposite field. He shot each of his last 2 doubles into the gap. Here's the pitch. It misses outside, 2-2. Maybe something of a pitch out there. It looked like Takini had gotten out of his stance, ready to throw down, as with 2 strikes, the Wolverines have looked to get head starts with runners on first, trying to go first to third. It's paid off for them so far today. This one is swung on and missed. Hodgson down on strike. Safford fooled him that time. Back-to-back strikeouts after back-to-back base hits. Keep runners at the corners now with 2 outs. And it brings up Murphy Jensen. Jensen 0 for 2 in the ball game today. Reached on an error in the first, and he grounded out in the third, but when he grounded out in the third, also knocked in a run. So an RBI on the day for Murphy Jensen, despite having gone 0 for 2 thus far. Needing a base hit to earn an RBI here with runners at the corners. And the first pitch is a knee-high fastball called a strike. Taken off for second is Rinder Connect. No throw down, and they give him second base for free. Now 2 men in scoring position for Jensen. Timeout called by the hitter. Jensen steps out. All right. Safford back on the hill. He comes set. And now the pitch. That one's going to miss in the dirt. Count is 1-1. Safford's gone to that curveball a couple of times throughout this half inning. He's thrown it well. That time just a bit too much pull on it as it misses low. And the count is even to Murphy Jensen. Here's the pitch. That one waved at and missed. Safford jammed him up with the inside fastball that time. And he works ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Jensen crowds the plate a little bit. Then Safford steps off. All right, now we're ready to go. Here's the pitch. Curveball, lofted to center field. Looks playable for Glidden. Migrates over, makes the catch, and that'll do it in the 4th. We head to the 5th in a 6-0 ball game. Ridgeline leads the Falcons. Back after this on mybasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community, engaged.
Top of the fifth inning, 6-0 our score as the Ridgeline Wolverines lead the Klamath Falls Falcons here at the Northwest Regional Championship for Single-A American Legion Baseball. It'll be Mason Snell, Hunter Glidden, and Corbin Hamilton due up this half inning. Snell getting his first at-bat of this tournament. And Snell getting ready for his 27th at-bat of the season. So far batting .346 on the year. A guy who's started quite a few games this season has Snell, but mostly been in left field and has been designated hit for throughout the season. But good to see him getting an at-bat here in the regional championship game. Had the bat boys sliding after that one. All right. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Snell is a curveball that's chopped foul, and the count is 0-2. Mason, a product of Mazama High School. First-year Falcon and playing in the regional championship game. Here's the pitch. The 0-2 is hit the opposite way, and Snell sticks around to see another. Count is still 0-2. And I think that's Ty Teeters who fetched that baseball. He's still out there getting some pitchers loose for the Falcons. Like I said, Hayden Poore throwing some warm-up tosses out there. The 0-2 to Snell misses low, and the count is 1-2. Top of the fifth inning. Ridgeline, for their part, scored 4 runs in the first, added 2 more in the third. Falcons still searching for their first run of the ball game. The 1-2 is going to miss low and away. 2-2 to Snell. Hits in the 9 spot here in place of Chase Barrett, who went 1 for 1 before exiting the ball game. He singled in the second inning. Here's the pitch to Snell. And another pitch hit the opposite way. Count remains 2-2. Trying to time up that fastball is Snell. Digs back in. Mason closes up the stance a little bit ahead of the 2-strike offering. Here it comes. Curveball misses up. 3-2. Base runners any way you can get them. That's the name of the game right now for the Falcons, down by 6. Here's the full count pitch to Snell. And that'll be taken for ball 4. And a walk to lead off the inning delivered to Mason Snell. And it'll bring up Hunter Glidden.
Bringing up the center fielder, number 8, Hunter Glidden.
Hunter Glidden is getting his first at-bat of the regional. Hitting in the spot of Harley Hoblet today, and got the home plate umpire going over to chat with the Ridgeline dugout, I think, as Jagger Jensen was pretty expressive after allowing that walk, and he might have earned himself a warning. And now the home plate umpire is pointing over at the dugout. Did he just eject somebody? Yeah, he did. One of the coaches from Ridgeline just got ejected. And up 6 runs in the Northwest Regional. I guess you're out of here. It was an expressive walk from Jensen. He shrugged his shoulders, threw his hands down. The umpire said none of that, went over to chat with the dugout. And I guess that was enough to get someone tossed from the ball game, although I haven't seen anyone exit the dugout yet. Typically in a situation you wait until coach leaves, but maybe someone didn't get tossed. I'm not sure. He gave him the signal. Either way, that's not my business. Here's the first pitch to Hunter Glidden. First pitch swinging and a deep fly ball to center field. Akins moving back, and he makes the catch for the first out in the inning. And no one's out of the dugout yet, so I must be mistaken. But the umpire pointed at the dugout and then pointed to the outfield and said, looked like he said get out of here, but again, regardless, one gone in the inning. Runner aboard at first is still Mason Snell, and here's Corbin Hamilton. First pitch on the way to Hamilton. Misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Hamilton today 0 for 2 in the ball game. He flew out to left field in the first. He also grounded out in the third. Jensen delivers the pitch. That one misses high and in. The count is 2-0. After Hamilton in the Falcons order, it's Jacoby Takini. Again, just needing base runners at this point. Try to line them up so the middle of the order can knock them down. Here's the pitch to Hamilton. He fouls it off to the right side. The count is 2-1. Hamilton on the season bats .429, gets on base about 54% of the time. That's the number the Falcons are concerned about here. Not a huge lead off of first for Snell, and the pitch to Hamilton is popped into foul territory, out of play, and the count is 2-2 to Hamilton. Jensen working out of the stretch here. Comes set, and he's ready to deliver. The pitch on the way. Curveball, didn't have enough bite on that one. Might have been the slider. I don't think that had any downward action from Jensen. It was all lateral, and the count is 3-2. We got timeout called. Do we want some more baseballs, it looks like? Jensen doesn't like that baseball. He's asking for more, and so the home plate umpire looks towards the Falcons dugout, asking for some more baseballs. But we've got the bat boy from the Cache Valley, or the Ridgeline dugout, bringing some baseballs as well. We got baseballs all over the place out there. All right. I think we'll get a new one in for Jensen ahead of the full count pitch to Corbin Hamilton. Okay. I think we're ready for baseball. Hamilton stands 6'3" in the right-handed batter's box. He'll be a senior next year at Henley High School. Trying to come up and get on base here for his squad. The 3-2 home to Hamilton is lifted to the right side and out of play. And the count remains full, 3-2. Putting up a good battle here is Hamilton. And Jensen's been working that outside part of the plate to these righties well today. Hasn't gone inside a lot. And the Falcons have flown out to right field quite a few times today, and they're trying to induce Hamilton, it looks like, to do the same thing. Outside fastball, and even this time, Rouser sets up outside, but Hamilton was able to fight it off. And the count is going to stay full, 3-2. Falcons have got 3 hits today, but none since the second inning. They've got a couple of base runners, a couple of walks in the third and the fourth, but no runs to come across yet for Klamath Falls. Here's the pitch home to Hamilton. Another fly ball to the right side. Purser going back. He makes the catch, backpedaling, and there are 2 gone in the inning. And that brings up Jacoby Takini with 2 outs in the inning. So Snell still aboard at first here for Takini. 1 for 2 in the ball game so far. Takini doubled in the first, and he popped out in foul territory in the third. Set is Jensen, and the pitch. Takini takes one in the dirt. Good job again by Rouser to keep that one down. And the count is 1-0 to Takini. 482 hitter. Leads the team in total bases, RBIs, slugging percentage. Here's the pitch. It misses low and in. Count is 2-0 to Takini. Tied for the team lead in hits, though, with Ian Meyer, who is due up next for the Falcons. Jensen comes set. And here's the pitch. Nice curveball broken off by Jensen right over the heart of the plate. Takini watches it go by, and the count moves to 2-1. Snell leads off of first, was there after the leadoff walk, and now the pitch home. Just below the knees, over the plate, called a strike to Takini. Count is even, 2-2. Going to have to protect that outside corner. Again, Jensen's been throwing that fastball away today. He's kept it away, and it's been working for him. Now is another prime example. Jensen comes set once more. Rouser sets up outside. The pitch to Takini is an outside fastball, but it misses up and away, and the count's full. And again, Myers on deck. See where Rouser, if he sets up outside again, it looks like he's setting up mostly over the middle of the plate. Here's the pitch to Takini. Snell on the move. Takini hits one into the right center field gap. That is over the head of the right fielder Purser. Snell with the head start on the full count pitch is going to score with ease. And a 2-out double. And the Falcons are on the board 6-1 in the regional championship ball game. Second double for Takini today. And he gets his team on the board, and now Ian Meyer going to try to keep the rally going. Meyer grounded out in the first, and he walked in the third. Bats here with a man in scoring position and 2 outs, and called a strike there. Jacoby Takini, by the way, in still running for himself on the bases. No one out there to courtesy run for him after the Falcons have gone through and made a number of defensive changes. Takini, no courtesy runner out there. The pitch to Meyer. Another shot to the right center field gap. This one could also be extra bases. Down near the track, Purser makes an unbelievable catch over there. Backpedaling, twisting his body around, and tucks that one away after running a long distance. But the Falcons get one on the board after the RBI double from Jacoby Takini at 6-1. The Falcons trail. To the bottom of the fifth we go on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
Eight, 9-1 due up for the Wolverines this half inning as they lead the Klamath Falls Falcons 6-1 at the Northwest Regional Championship game here at Mike Lansing Field in Casper, Wyoming. Looks like we're going to have some changes coming up here for the squad from Utah. So we've got nope. Maybe I'm mistaken. All right, it'll still be Akins. I stand corrected. Had the coach coming over to talk with the home plate umpire, and I thought I saw some new kids out there lining up, but the numbers on their back I couldn't quite see, and I was wrong. So here we go, bottom of the fifth inning. It'll still be Akins and seemingly Ellingson and Jensen. All right. I think we're ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one misses on the outside. Count is 1-0. Safford still out there working for the Falcons, trying to keep this game where it is. Since coming in relief, he's been able to do that. Here's the pitch, and swung on and missed. Count is 1-1 to Akins. Got himself into a little bit of hot water in the fourth inning after a leadoff double followed by a single, but Safford buckled down, back-to-back strikeouts, then the flyout, kept two men in scoring position. Here's a ground ball through the right side, and a leadoff single here for Brady Akins. We'll have a pinch hitter here. All right, Jensen Rinderknecht batting now in the DH spot. In place of Miles Ellingson, there's a man on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Safford delivers the pitch home, and it's ruled a strike on the outer third, about thigh high to Rinderknecht. Safford works ahead here 0-1, and Jed Jensen is on deck for the Wolverines. That pitch misses low. Count is 1-1 to Rinderknecht. He's come in as a courtesy runner a couple of times today for the catcher, Rouser hasn't yet scored a run though, but now getting his first at-bat of the day. Safford finds the outside corner of the zone there, and the count's a ball and 2 strikes. Max Rogers and Colin Tacchini ready to try to turn a double play on a ground ball in the infield, but they'll have to wait because a knee-high fastball is going to ring up the batter. 1 gone in the inning, and it brings up Jed Jensen.
Third baseman number 2, Jed Jensen.
Top of the order here for the Wolverines. Jensen swung it well today, 3 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Hasn't yet come around to score a run, but he's been productive for his ball club at the top of this Wolverines order here in this regional championship. Safford delivers the pitch, starts him out with a looping breaking ball to get ahead 0-1. First time, though, that I believe that Rinderknecht will face Safford. Oh, pardon me. Second time he'll face Safford. He did have that RBI single against him back in the 3rd inning. Move over to first. Back safely is Akins. After the leadoff single, Brady Akins still over there at first. Safford takes a peek before coming set and ready for the pitch. Here it comes. Another curveball. This one's hit deep to left center field. That one is down over the head of Glidden and to the wall. Rounding third and headed for home is Akins. He will score, and a double for Jed Jensen improves Ridgeline's lead to 7-1. Boy, Jensen hit that one to one of the deepest parts of the field. That was a deep double, his second of the day, and he's 4 for 4, making a strong case for MVP of this championship ball game. And Craig Connor is going to come on out of the Falcons dugout, and it looks like the Falcons might be making some changes here as Hayden Poore follows him closely. We'll step aside, give Hayden some time to get his warm-up tosses in, and we'll be back after this on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN. Expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
New pitcher into the ball game for the Klamath Falls Falcons is Hayden Poore. Poore is making his 14th appearance of the season. Close enough, Hayden Poole. Okay. Hayden Poore into the game now. Again, his 14th appearance of the season. He's pitched 28 2/3 innings, has a 4-1 record and an ERA of 2.69 entering play today. And he will face Broxton Purser, Maddox Jensen, and Brett Rouser, the 3 next to do up this half inning. Already 1 run home this half for the Wolverines as they lead 7-1 in the bottom of the fifth inning of this Northwest Regional Championship game. Purser is 0 for 2 today. He's flown out twice. He also walked once and scored a run. First pitch, looking to lay down a bunt. He pops it up towards Poor. Poor fields it on a hop, and they move the runner over to third. Jensen safely over there, and Purser gives himself up on the sacrifice. There's 2 outs, and it brings up Maddox Jensen. Jensen 2 for 2 in the ball game today. He singled and scored in the first, and he walked in the second. Go along with a double in the fourth. And 2 outs in the inning. By the way, P.J. Safford stays in the ball game after being taken out of the game from pitching. He'll move over and play defensively at third, and Meyer, in the meantime, moves over to first. Line drive, left center field, down for what's likely to be extra bases for Maddox Jensen, and an RBI adds another run. And Utah, the Ridgeline Wolverines lead 8-1. And a double there for Maddox Jensen, his second double of the ball game, and an RBI there. Brett Rouser bats now with a man in scoring position. And 2 outs. All right. Rouser today, 2 for 3. Couple of RBIs for him. Came back in the first inning. He also singled in the fourth. Hayden Poor set to deliver the pitch. Here it comes. That one is over the heart of the plate. Count is 0-1. Goes inside. It might have been an off-speed pitch there by Poor, but he uses it to get ahead. Again, 0-1. Poor set. Big lead off of second for Maddox Jensen. And the pitch is waved at and missed by Brett Rouser. The count now is 0-2. Poor's trying to get his team out of this inning, get him back up. Poor set again. Takini with the signal, sets up outside, and that pitch is in the dirt. Takini knocks it down. No one on the move as Jensen stays put at second. Count is a ball and 2 strikes to Brett Rouser. If the inning continues, C.J. Rampton is due up next. Poor set again. There's the pitch, and a shot to left field. That one is going to get down the line fair. Rounding third and headed for home is Jensen. He will score, and an RBI single here for Brett Rouser extends the lead even further. 9-1 the score. Ridgeline leads. And it brings up C.J. Rampton. Rampton has reached base a couple of times today. And, all right, got a courtesy runner for Rouser. That's what we were waiting for. Let's see who we got here.
Coming in to run, number 13, Gage
DeWitt aboard at first for Rouser after the RBI single. And C.J. Rampton still at the plate as Poor comes set with the pitch. Here it comes. And misses high and tight with the fastball. Count is 1-0 to Rampton. Reached base and scored 2 runs today has Rampton, once on a fielder's choice in the first. He also led off the third with a single and scored a run in that inning. That pitch misses upstairs. Count is 2-0 to Rampton. And Parker Hodgson is on deck if the inning continues. Poor delivers the pitch, and that one misses low. Hayden falls behind the number 5 hitter in the order, 3-0. Set again is Poor. And here's the pitch. That one misses, and a 4-pitch walk delivered there to Rampton. Brings up Parker Hodgson. And here in the regional championship game, the Falcons just put the potential mercy rule run on first base, as that's what Rampton represents over there at first. Hodgson, with one swing of the bat, could capture a regional championship for his team. Poor trying to ensure that that does not happen. Hodgson, for his part, though, has had a strong ball game. Couple of doubles and 2 runs scored in the first and the third innings. He also knocked in a run in the first. Hodgson awaits the first pitch from Poor, and here it comes. Chopper to the left side, gloved by Safford. The throw to first is not gloved by Myers. Safford short hopped the throw, and the bases are loaded, and the inning continues. Rampton to second, Rouser to third, Hodgson safe on the error. And it brings up Murphy Jensen, the 9th man to bat this inning, and that mercy rule run is now in scoring position. Jensen without a hit yet today, though. He reached on an error in the first, grounded out in the third, and knocked in a run. He also flew out in the fourth. Here's the pitch from Poor. A chopper to the left side, and that is through into left field. 1 run scores, and the winning run scores on another error, and that is the ball game. An 11-1 final. Unless the umpire's not calling it, do we not get a mercy rule in the regional? 11-1, bottom of the 5th. All right, there it is. A walk-off winner for Murphy Jensen and the Ridgeline Wolverines, an 11-1 final here in the regional championship. We'll be back to recap this one for you here in just a moment. We'll take a 2-minute timeout on 104.3 960 Sports and on mybasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN. Expert care when it matters most.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Final score here at the Northwest Regional Championship game. The Ridgeline Wolverines from the state of Utah are the regional champions after defeating the Klamath Falls Falcons 11-1. For Ridgeline in this one, 11 runs comes on 15 hits. They commit no errors. For the Falcons, 1 run comes on 4 hits. They commit 3 errors. The winning pitcher in this one, pitching a complete game, was Jagger Jensen. Worked 5 innings, allowing 4 hits, a run. It was earned. He walked 3, and he struck out 3 as well. For the Falcons, the losing pitcher in this one was Colby Medeiros. Pitched 2 2/3 innings in the start, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. P.J. Safford came in relief. No decision for P.J. 4 hits in 1 2/3 innings pitched, 2 runs. They were both earned. He walked 3. Hayden Poor came in, pitched 1/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 was earned. and he walked 1. Only 4 hits to go around today for the Falcons. 2 of them were off the bat of Colin Takini, a couple of doubles and a 2-for-3 day. Jacoby Takini had a base hit today, a double, 1 for 2, and an RBI for him. Chase Barrett was the other Falcon to come away with a base hit. For the Wolverines, Jet Jensen was 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 doubles. Maddox Jensen was 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and an RBI along with 2 runs scored. Parker Hodgson was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored, 2 doubles, and an RBI. The Wolverines just had it working from the jump today, scoring 4 runs in the first, 2 in the third, and then adding up the final tally here, plating enough runs to end in a mercy rule fashion here in this one. And congratulations to the Ridgeline Wolverines, who are tournament champions for the first time in program history. And for the second consecutive season, the Falcons are Northwest Region's runners-up. And what a season it has been for Klamath Falls. 40-8 on the year. League champions, Oregon State runners-up, and a whole heck of a lot of new fans at Kiger Stadium this season. It's been a great run. The Falcons have nothing to hang their head about, and for a team that was made up of kids from 6 different area high schools, not a lot of teams can put school rivalries aside and come together and play great baseball and make it this far. But these Falcons, in their first season in a while, welcoming back Mazama players and their first player from Modoc as well. It's been a great season, and thanks for joining us for it. If you just joined us selective times this year, or if you've been with us for every single one of the 48 games this season, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for joining us for another season of Klamath Falls Falcons baseball. A big thanks to everybody who's made this season a success. Each one of the Falcons coaches, starting with their head coach, Sean Teeters, both assistants, Craig Connor and Joe Takini, who's made this trip. And I'd be remiss without mentioning Pete Whistler, Drew Rabel, and Caleb Keelan, who've been key coaches for the Falcons this season. I also want to thank our official scorekeeper back home, and I know the family's listening, Mike Safford. Big thanks to you for helping keep me straight this season and help me figure out if I know what I'm talking about up here in the box. I also want to say thank you to my wife, who's put up with a crazy travel schedule this year, a lot of weeks away from home. I'll be home soon, Katie, and I'm so excited to see you. And thanks to you, all the fans who've joined us this season for Klamath Falls Falcons baseball. My name is Josh Eldridge. I'll see you next on the gridiron as we prepare for a high school football season coming up this fall. Until then, have a great rest of your summer. So long for one final time from Mike Lansing Field in Casper, Wyoming.